What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, 3-division world champion, Olympic silver medalist, superstar boxer, Shakur Stevenson, clarifies and confirms he had a serious left hand injury. Shakur Stevenson, who is now 21 wins, no loss and no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach, and is a southpaw. That's important to note. Shakur Stevenson is a southpaw, right? And Shakur Stevenson had a fight this past Thursday against Dominican lightweight star title contender, Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos is a hard-hitting Dominican lightweight title contender. Came into the fight 16 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout. And he's a southpaw, and he's crafty, athletic, and aggressive. Shakur Stevenson didn't put out the best performance, lackluster performance. Let's just be real. Shakur Stevenson didn't showcase his talents like it was expected. He utilized the ring, a lot of movement, a lot of defense, not a lot of counterpunching. And Shakur Stevenson says this: I switched my style up and fought in the pocket to entertain the fans and make it more exciting. The last couple years and the last 3 fights, I fought in the pocket and entertain the fans. Now I have one performance where I'm not 100% of myself, and now I'm a boring fighter? Make sure you keep the same energy when you see me in the next outing, is what Shakur Stevenson just said, right? And then Shakur Stevenson, he did an interview with my brother Spencer Farron and Tunde over in the UK. Now, he wasn't in the UK, but he was on the phone. And they asked Shakur Stevenson about his hand injury. Listen what he said.
And you fought with one hand. Could you put some clarity on that for me, please?
So you fought with one hand. Could you put some clarity on that? Right? Shakur Stevenson says this. He said, yes. But like I said, I ain't going to make no excuses. He said the doctor wanted me to pull out this fight, and I didn't pull out the fight, right? He said the doctor wanted me to pull out this fight, and I ain't pull out this fight. I stayed in the fight, and I fought. I got the W. I'll see everybody the next outing. Again, I wasn't 100% of myself, right? This is what Shakur Stevenson had to say. Listen, quote, and I didn't put on a great fight and a great performance that entertained the fans. I changed my style to a in-the-pocket fighting for the fans over the last few years. Now one fight go by where I wasn't 100% of myself. I had to use my legs and grab the W. Now I'm not entertaining, right? So he said I had to use my legs and secure the W and grab this W, right? And then Shakur Stevenson's hand is revealed, right? And you can see on his middle knuckle, it looks absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. Look at that tusion on his middle knuckle. You see how bad that looks? On his middle knuckle, that's his knuckle, that's his hand, right? He can't even close his hand. That's his left hand. So he can't even close his left hand, right? So now the question is, we have to give Shakur Stevenson a pass, because we have to say this was, now again, he had the fight with Nakatilia back in 2021 when he fought Nakatilia, and he didn't have a exciting performance. That's why he's saying I revamped my style for in the pocket fighting to please the fans, and the fans are still not happy. I can't satisfy the fans. So he fought Jeremiah Nakatilia back in June of 2021. Okay, he won a unanimous decision. Nakatilia came into the fight with 21 wins and 1 loss. Okay, and a big puncher. He's a big puncher, right? He had 21 wins, 1 loss, no draws, and 18 wins by way of knockout. So only 3 of his fights at that point went the distance, and he was coming off of a extensive knockout streak. Okay, the last time he had went the distance was 2014, right? Nakatilia went the distance and got a unanimous decision. 2014, 2015. So he's a knockout artist, to say the least, right? And a big puncher. And Shakur Stevenson utilized his legs. A lot of movement in that fight. A lot of defensive first, right? And the fans was booing. They wasn't happy about that performance that Shakur put on. They wasn't happy that Shakur Stevenson didn't engage with Nakatilia the way, they expected him to. And from that point forward, Shakur Stevenson had put on better performances, more exciting performances. You had the whole world saying how boring Shakur Stevenson was. No doubt about that, right? That performance, people were screaming Shakur Stevenson is extremely boring. But then after that, he fought Jamel Herring. And he stopped Jamel Herring in the 10th round. He was aggressive. He fought Oscar Valdez. He fought in the pocket. He fought Robson Casasiao. He fought him in the pocket and was aggressive. And he fought Yoshino and stopped Yoshino, okay? Dominant performances, aggressive, dominant performances by Shakur Stevenson since the Nakatilia fight. So we have to give him a pass. I have to give him a pass. I got to give Shakur Stevenson a pass. Now, I will say this, as I stated earlier in the live stream, I think there needs to be something in place where doctors thoroughly check these fighters head to toe, hands, forearms, elbows, knees, feet, ankles, wrists, everything, right? Every week, once a week, to make sure fighters are fully healthy. Why? Because the fans. If Shakur Stevenson went to the doctor and the doctor told him he should pull out this fight, but he went in the fight after he left that doctor's visit, this is where I have the problem. After he left that doctor's visit, he continued to tell the world, knowing he was damaged goods, he continued to tell the boxing world and the fans how he was going to paint the city of Las Vegas with Edwin Del Santos, knowing he couldn't do that. Knowing he was injured. You still sold the fans a dream, knowing you couldn't live up to that because you was injured. You knew you couldn't live up to that billing because you was injured. And yet, you continue to lead the fans to believe that this was going to be the case. And so the fans paid their hard-earned money to see something you knew they couldn't see. And the fans can't get a refund. And you got paid handsomely. So that's where I have the problem. Because it's misleading the fans. And so if you have an undisclosed injury that the boxing commission and the boxing world are not aware of, and you go into a fight and you have this type of performance, you should be suspended and be fined. Because the fans pay their hard-earned money with expectations that you know you can't deliver because you know you are damaged goods. You're not healthy. Now, no fighter goes in no fight healthy because the grueling training camp. But that's why I said doctors should check them to make sure they're up to par. It's just like the NBA. They have an injury list. So you go to a Laker game, you know LeBron James got an ankle injury. He might, there's a chance he might not play. Your expectations is completely different. You go to a football game and you know Tom Brady is injured on the injured reserve list or on the injury list. You know your expectations, possibly to see Tom Brady, possibly not, or a lackluster performance. In the sport of boxing, everything is completely quiet because they don't want to disclose injuries to their opponents. But if that's the case, then you should have to pull out the fight until you're healthy. Because otherwise, the fans pay their hard-earned money to see something that you know you can't deliver. So that's the issue that I have with this. Period. So you know your dominant hand is your left hand. Your key attribute to being victorious, other than your jab and to make it exciting, is your left hand. And then your left hand is not available because you injured it. So imagine Gervonta Tank Davis, left hand, not being available the entire fight because he knows it's injured, and then he goes into a fight anyway. When he went into a fight with Isaac Cruz, he know going into the fight his left hand was injured, but he still used it and made it exciting in the Isaac Cruz fight as much as he possibly could. Imagine Manny Pacquiao left hand being null and void. Deontay Wilder fought Chris Arreola, broke his right hand. He still stopped Chris Arreola with the jab, which still made it exciting. It still made it exciting. But if you go in there completely defensive minded because you know you have this injury going into the fight, then it's misleading the fans and it's disrespectful to the fans because they paid their hard-earned money to see something you know you couldn't deliver. Period. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out moving forward. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.